Get to some breaking news right now that's happening in the West Valley. Avondale police say that a car drove into a house and the driver was found with multiple gunshot wounds. These are live pictures right now from Sky 12, where police are on the scene investigating right now near Avondale Boulevard in Van Buren. Our crew is on the ground there. They just got to the scene, so this is what you're seeing from that viewpoint. We are told that the driver who was shot and a resident inside the home were injured. Both were taken to the hospital. We're trying to learn more from Avondale police, so be sure to stay with 12 News for more updates. The flock camera controversy is heating up. Now the city of Chandler is pulling the plug on the technology used to track license plates. The announcement comes after it was discovered that someone within the police department may have improperly used the technology. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly is joining us live outside of Chandler Police Department with what we know on this investigation. Chase?
Creepy, very few details were released today during the press conference. Chief Brian Chapman telling us they just learned about this incident yesterday, but now no one in Chandler has access to the 40 flock cameras around the city.
Flock cameras are highly advanced license plate readers that are all over the country, including Chandler. A little more than 200 people within the police department have access to them. On Friday, Police Chief Brian Chapman said one of his workers may have misused the cameras.
We immediately launched an internal investigation to determine exactly what happened. Part of that investigation will be to determine if flock was used inappropriately, and if so, discipline will follow.
Chief Chapman, who is a big supporter of the flock cameras, saying the system has helped police in 2,000 of its cases, said the potential problem was discovered Thursday during an audit of the system, not going into detail of what exactly they found.
We can say with certainty that nobody's privacy has been compromised as part of this potential misuse.
This is the first time in 3 years the department claims they've seen any kind of inappropriate action with the system, announcing the city is now cutting ties with Flock and will no longer be using their cameras.
All of the employees at the Chandler Police Department have had their access to the Flock system restricted, effective immediately.
A spokesperson for Flock telling 12 News in a statement they are disappointed by the city's announcement, but added that it was Flock's audit assistance tool that helped police identify the internal issue, saying cases of misuse are rare. However, misuse is the biggest concern for residents against the system, like 17-year-old Nathan Taylor Taft, the co-director of East Valley United, who was one of many who spoke against Flock in Chandler.
That's what we've been warning about because we saw this coming and we didn't want it to happen in Chandler.
Chief Chapman telling us after hearing from council members, the community, and now this open investigation led to the decision to end their relationship with Flock. However, while the department no longer has access to the cameras, Flock still does, and the devices are still standing. The police department is now working on a plan to remove the 40 cameras, but says that can only be done by Flock.
Chief Chapman told us today they may put barriers around the flock cameras to prevent them from recording until they're taken down. Now, this announcement comes just a couple days after Pinal County also announced it's cutting ties with Flock. We're live in Chandler tonight. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
All right, Chase, thank you. All right, meteorologist Lindsay Riley is standing by with our weather impact forecast. And Lindsay, we have another hot weekend ahead of us.
Yeah, just 2 more days of this extreme heat warning, and we are going to be seeing those temperatures well above 110 degrees. In fact, we hit 111 today, but when you factor in the humidity, it likely felt closer to 115. And we're going to see much of that on repeat for Saturday and Sunday. It's still 104 at 10:09 in the evening. Now, the thunderstorms that did try to emerge from the rim country, they moved south of the Phoenix area. You can see them actually down near Tucson. So things are going to remain mostly dry here over the overnight hours. And then tomorrow we'll have another slight chance. It's going to be the same movement of storms from the rim toward the valley late in the day. So here's a look at the radar right now, futurecast, and you'll see some of that rain trying to emerge over the lower deserts, but a lot of it dies down. We'll wake up to a dry start early tomorrow. This is 9 a.m. Radar is quiet at that point. Then as we get to about 1 to 2 p.m., storms start to fire up in the high country and move toward the valley. This is 7:30. So again, not a lot making it to the valley, but we can't rule out an isolated shower or storm over over the lower deserts tomorrow evening, but it's mostly about the heat this weekend. And then as we get into next week, our attention focuses in on stormier weather. So things are going to turn stormy actually starting on Sunday for parts of the state. So we hit 113 tomorrow. It'll likely feel more like 116 when you factor in the humidity. And then on Sunday, 111 for the high, and it'll feel more like 114, 115. Notice the change Monday, up to 50% chance for rain. We're tracking a stormier week next week in my full forecast. Caribe.
All right, we'll see you then, Lindsay. Thank you. Well, nearly 3 years after a Scottsdale woman disappeared, police have arrested a man accused of killing her. A Maricopa County grand jury indicted 41-year-old Joseph Vigil on a first-degree murder charge. Vigil also faces charges of concealing a dead body and burglary. 45-year-old Aaron Weber was reported missing in January of 2023 and has never been found. A Mesa woman is accused of stabbing and killing her husband during an argument. Police say that it happened at an apartment near Gilbert Road and the US 60. 55-year-old Marcel Windley told investigators that she stabbed her husband, 54-year-old Kevin Windley. He later died at the hospital. Marcel Windley is now facing a second-degree murder charge. New tonight, a big shakeup to First Friday. Its original organizers are now taking it to the East Valley just months after major changes hit the downtown Phoenix event. 12 News journalist Tiani Jadalang is in Mesa with more.
Organizers are calling tonight a soft launch with a heavy focus on the arts, while also creating a family-friendly environment. This East Valley Entertainment District is already home to KTR Cannon Beach, Revel Surf, and Mini City Indoor Playground. Now it's adding Cannon Beach First Fridays, an event that has been in the works for the last several months.
The city of Mesa is an untapped area, and to have Cannon Beach here right in the middle of it, creating the atmosphere of entertainment, of the surf park and everything else, we want to be a part of it.
Adan Madrigal is the organizer for the East Valley First Friday event. He was part of the team who helped run the downtown Phoenix event up until 2 years ago. He says bringing the concept to Mesa gives local artists and small businesses another place to connect with the community.
We had a chance to work with artists and performers and small businesses, and we want to keep that going for them, and that's what we have behind us today. We have artists who are showcased here, and we have small businesses here.
Earlier this year, Phoenix officials paused the monthly street closures and vendor markets following a string of violent incidents. Artist Zon Carvalho says the downtown event had become chaotic.
What I felt, is more about everything else, the food trucks and the people and the noise and the mess, and it was just really chaotic and dangerous in a way,
For artists like Carvalho and Dion Thomas, safety matters, but so does having a place to showcase their work and make extra income.
It's our lifeline having these small pop-ups. Us artists depend on that once a month or the twice a month, especially in the summertime. In the valley, everything shuts down.
Now, Cannon Beach First Fridays will continue on throughout the rest of the year, with organizers saying the events are funded through partnerships and vendor fees. In Mesa, I'm Tiani Jadalang, 12 News.
Tiani, thanks. Still to